Plants without seeds. Next time you're outside on a hike, look around and you'll probably notice moss on rocks and trees, and along the trail you might see some ferns. Although ferns and mosses may look very different, they both have something in common. They reproduce without forming seeds. Plants without seeds are also broken up into two categories of non-vascular plants and vascular plants. Now, bryophytes are non-vascular plants because they lack the lignin, hardened vascular tissue that is found in vascular plants. They are typically low-growing plants that live in moist areas where they can absorb water and other nutrients directly from the environment. The watery surroundings also enable sperm cells to swim to egg cells. Three major groups of bryophytes include mosses, hornworts, and liverworts. Mosses, of course, are the most diverse group of non-vascular plants with over 10,000 species. You've seen them on the trunk of trees, in damp, shady spots, and probably even growing up the side of buildings. Mosses have thin, root-like structures called rhizoids, which help anchor them to absorb the water and nutrients around their surroundings. Now, there are not so many species of hornworts, and they are seldom found along rocks and tree trunks. Instead, they usually live in moist soil among grass plants. They are named for their horn-like sporophyte that grow out of their gametophyte. Liverworts are often found growing as a thick crust on moist rocks or soil along the sides of streams. There are over 8,000 species of liverworts, and this group of plant is named for the shape of the plant's leaf-like gametophytes, which look a lot like a human liver. Seedless vascular plants, known as pteridophytes, share two characteristics. They have true vascular tissue, and they do not produce seeds. Instead of seeds, these plants produce by releasing spores and include your ferns, your club mosses, and your horsetails. The most diverse and widespread of the seedless vascular plants are ferns, with more than 12,000 species. Most ferns have large leaves called fronds, and they thrive in shady forests. Perhaps you have observed what look like little brown dots on the underside of mature fern fronds. Each dot is made up of many spore capsules, and each capsule can release a large number of spores that drift down to the ground and grow. Now, club mosses look like little tiny pine trees, and unlike its name, it's neither a moss, and unlike its look, it's neither a pine. They are common on the forest floors of northeastern United States, and paleontologists have found fossils of giant species of club mosses that once grew up to 40 meters tall during the Carboniferous period. There are only a few species of horsetails on Earth today. Horsetails grow in marshy areas and are named for the pattern of growth that somewhat resembled the appearance of horse's tail. The stems contain silica, which is a very gritty substance and was found very useful during colonial times when Americans used them to scrub pots and pans. Okay, let's take a break, and it's time to show what you know.